My name is Dapo Aruajoe, and you're watching The Big
Issue.
You see, having considered the plight of millions of Nigerian youths that are jobless, the All Progressives Congress, that's the APC, during the electioneering campaign said it will provide a little succor by paying a stipend of 5,000 naira to unemployed youths. This probably is to assist them and to keep them away from criminal vices. The Vanguard newspaper of November 25, 2015 reported that the payment of 5,000 naira shall commence this year, that is 2016. The information was credited to the Minister of Youth and Sport, Solomon Dalung, when he paid a visit to the national chairman of the APC, Chief John Odige Oyegun, at the National Secretariat in Abuja. While millions of jobless youths are eagerly waiting for the disbursement of this fee, the Vanguard newspaper on February 28 came up with this headline: Buhari makes U-turn, says he won't pay 5,000 naira stipend promised to the unemployed youths. Quoting the president, he said, "These largesse, 5,000 naira for the unemployed, have got a slightly different priority. I would rather do infrastructure, the school, and correct them, and empower agriculture, mining, so that every able-bodied person can go and get work, instead of giving 5,000 naira to those who don't work." While some Nigerians say the president should go ahead and pay the money, many disagree totally, stressing that it will amount to sheer waste of resources, considering the dwindling economy the country is facing as of now. On the show today, we ask 5,000 naira for the unemployed youth. Should the federal government pay or not? We have two gentlemen here in the studio to help us understand this issue better. On my left side, Femi Sahid is a political analyst. Thank you very much, Femi. Femi believes the government should not pay the money. He shares the view that the president is better. You could use the money really to better the investment in the country, to work more on infrastructure than giving it out. And on the other side, I have Victor Hohai. Thank you very much, Victor, for joining us. And Victor feels the Nigerian youth has been shortchanged by the government by refusing to pay the money. He wants the government to honor his statement and pay up. Gentlemen, I want to say a very big thank you for coming on the program again. And for our viewers at home, you can be part of the conversation by calling the numbers on your screen or tweet at us at TVC Connect hashtag at the big issue. Let's set the ball rolling, gentlemen. And I'll go to you. What is your argument? I laid a precedent for you. You don't want the federal government to pay the money. Is it or not?
It is not the issue that the federal government wants to pay the money or does not want to pay the money. The issue is the exigency at hand. When the promise was made, it was made when the oil was being sold at the rate of almost $86 per barrel, which means then we have what is called escrow account, which means you have excess crude oil account, whereby money that has not been budgeted for are being remitted. So you can actually go back to your cupboard and require some of this money and make use to pay some of this stipend. But unfortunate things that has caused the most morass in Nigeria presently is that the oil has fallen beyond any reasonable doubt. And the only source of revenue generation for this country is oil.
But the government knew that. The APC government knew that before they entered. That the major revenue for the country is oil, that it might go down. Is the government failing in its promise now?
Thank you very much. The government has not said outrightly that the money is not going to be paid. What the president said is that this money is going to be further invested in infrastructural development. When you talk of the education sector, you talk of the mining sector, you talk of the agri sector. And let me tell you one thing honestly. Go back to 1960s, whereby the population, the GDP of Nigeria to agri was 89%. agriculture in 1960. What happened? Something happened.
Where we had all the pyramids.
And that is the only thing that can take out this shackle of unemployment away from Nigerian youth. If we go back, but we need money, we need focus, we need political will, we need determination for us to go back into and develop this agriculture, which needs highly mechanized agriculture the way it's to be put.
Thank you very much.
And all this needs money.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for him there. So, Victor, definitely, I know you're not buying what he said.
You know, when I look at the faces of the young people seated here, I'm wondering if they can trust the leaders that we have in this country today. I'm wondering if they will have any hope, or what they will be thinking, how much hope they will have in their tomorrow. If you cannot trust your father to keep his promise, I wonder what else you can trust. And I say so because I have children as well. And when I make a promise to my kid, he doesn't need to know what my source of income is. He doesn't need to know whether I'm able to do it or not. Daddy has said it, and he will brag to his friends, my father has said he will do this for me. How father is going to do it, he doesn't need to know.
So what about if there's
if
at the office there's a problem, maybe the person lost the job or the money got reduced, what is the father going to say to the son?
If you make a promise to your kid, you would have considered everything all put. One, you don't make an unrealistic promise. When you make a promise that you can keep, regardless of the circumstance. If I got up and I said to my son, I'll buy you a brand new Mercedes-Benz, obviously, that is a pipe dream. I mean,
so you're accepting the fact that there's a problem with the economy?
No, that's not the issue. I said, if I promise my son that I'll buy him a brand new Mercedes-Benz,
yes,
that is a bogus promise. It's unrealistic. You understand? If you make a promise, you make a promise that you can keep.
So if 5,000 naira, you think the government couldn't have kept that or wouldn't?
5,000 naira is nothing. The money they steal every day in this country, what one man alone steals can take care of 1 million Nigerians. And while we're at that, I want to say something. The president just talked about infrastructure, and I'm wondering, the same government, after they had taken over, told us categorically, you can Google this, you can check your papers, it said they have set aside $2.5 billion for infrastructure projects.
Yes.
You are aware. Secondly, they said they have 2.5 trillion naira special fund for intervention. Special intervention fund. You are aware of that figure as well. Good. Now the same government said they had mopped up from TSA as at that time about 1.2 trillion naira.
So you're saying they should pay the youths with this?
No! What is infrastructure now when you already said you have set aside $2.5 billion for infrastructure projects? It means you have already made provision for infrastructure. Is that not so?
Is that not so? Is that not so, Femi? I'll take the question to you.
It's not true.
It's not true?
This is a transparent government. You see, the issue of the TSA, it is an act that after 4 to 2 to 3 years, you can see within 6 months how 2.2 trillion naira has been able to have been saved. You see, you don't save money and you spend it lavishly. We could go back to the issue of First Tax 77. That was what brought Nigerians to this doldrum today. Because you have money, there are two problems. It's either you have money or you don't have money. If you have money, it's a problem if you don't know how to spend it. If you don't have money, it's another headache. But I think the best thing is that we're in a safe hands. If you have money, if you don't have money, and you have a government that has the political will, that has the innate ability, that is trusted, that the integrity is there, and is telling you that this is what I want to do with your money. What is 5,000 naira to Nigeria youth, according to what Victor has said? He said, is this hope? 5,000 naira is not hope. That was why, after the government has taken over the mantle of leadership, he sat down, he looked at it, he looked at the faces of Nigerian youth, the rate of unemployment. What is 5,000 naira?
You said it's not hope, but it could be the beginning of hope.
I'm coming. let me shed light on that. The president now felt, with the level of unemployment in Nigeria, go to every household. There's something they call gross unemployment. There's cyclical unemployment. There's under unemployment. You see, there is a seasonal unemployment. If a father has job today, he's not sure that in the next 6 months he's going to have job. If the wife has job today, he's not sure that in the next 1 year he's going to retain that job. Likewise, the children. That means it is not only the Nigerian youth that need this 5,000 you call stipend. It is every Nigerian that need one way of assurance of a job that will develop the economic infrastructure. You see, you cannot move to the agricultural sector without you developing it. You cannot tap into the benefit which God has endowed us with, which is mineral resources, without you investing into that. And let me tell you, 500 billion naira has already been provided for in 2016 budget. The Nigerian youth,
extremely poor.
I'm telling you, the Nigerian youth, do you want government to spend this 500 billion naira, which is an anticipatory budget, and spend it, and the next 1 year make another 500 billion naira in that budget? Then the third year, by the time this government has spent 500 billion naira consecutively for 4 years, you will find out that Nigeria is still a morass country. But the government is telling you, with this 5,000 naira, you just exercise patience. 5,000 naira cannot tackle your problem. 5,000 naira will not take you to anywhere, but I'm going to give you job in the agricultural sector, in the mining sector,
wonderful,
and to develop your industry.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Said. And you know what he's saying, to summarize it, he's saying it's better to teach you how to fish than to give you fish to eat.
It's okay. For me, what I find interesting is, a man is talking about infrastructure after he has made provision for infrastructure. He has provided money for infrastructure.
Provide money for mining, agriculture.
No, he said in infrastructure projects, road. Go back and read.
He said he will provide.
No, they have set aside. I'm not talking about what he said now.
Okay, now.
That they have set aside $2.5 billion for this same thing that he wants to take the money for the poor people to go and use again. He has already set aside money. That's like double speak. Let me land.
But there's $500 billion already earmarked in the budget for the vulnerable and the poor.
I will come to that.
Poor.
He has earmarked that. You see, that's the thing about English language. I really love the English
earmarked.
You earmark, you never I mark. You know what I'm saying? Every time they earmark, we hear. Do you ever see? Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, from his own mouth, he said they have earmarked this amount. So what is wrong? Let me tell you the truth. There are very many poor women, our mothers out there, who don't need more than 5,000 to start vegetable market. There are women who are selling. I'm a man, and I know a lot of us men are not very responsible. Our mothers struggle. They sell leaves at my 12, carry children in the back, carry firewood, and they manage to send us to school. They don't need too much money to start. 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, they will start a vegetable market in front of them. You don't need 5,000 to start selling pure water. You don't need 5,000 to start selling Coke in front of your house with ice block. You don't need 5,000 to go to the market and start selling yam or rice and beans. 5,000 can make a difference in the lives of millions of Nigerians.
Wonderful. He said 5,000 naira can make a difference in the life of Nigerians. And can you envy the president for him saying something? And you know, millions of Nigerians, millions of youths there, some people voted for the president or voted for the APC just because of this 5,000 naira.
You say, thank you. You see, the issue of the 5,000, I will call it obfuscating shibboleths. It is not something that, it is the issue of the 5,000 naira.
Sorry, excuse me. Before you go, can you simplify that English?
Okay, that obfuscating is unclear.
Okay.
Shibboleth is the issue of the whole scenario that surrounds the 5,000 naira.
Shibboleth.
That is what I call it obfuscating shibboleth. Let me tell you one thing now. You see, the Nigerian youth has been taken for a ride for a while. You will remember here that there was a time we have People's Bank. How many Nigerians, true Nigerians, who really need this succor, really had the succor there? Where is People's Bank today? Can we sustain it? No. You will remember the issue of amnesty. The people who are really concerned the people whose environment has been polluted, the people who cannot even find any source of livelihood like fishing, like farming in their environment, that when you see them, you know that these people have been deprived of their livelihood. Were they the one that received the amnesty program? Forget. Just let's cast our mind back to what happened in Nigeria yesterday. It's a shame to the past government when Nigerian youth carried placard and said, government, you promised us employment, which was your pay. People are still protesting that they were given employment letter. The employment letter, they had it, but the salary for almost 1 year, past government was still owing them. Do you want us to fall ourselves into the same kind of dodgeball again? But I want to tell you, you said, I said 500 billion naira already I marked. You see, don't mislead Nigerians. They are quite intelligent people. What the government was talking about, what the National Assembly is talking about, and what we are talking about here today is budget. It is not money which we are housed with central bank. You see, budget is an anticipatory expenditure for a whole year. I intend to do this, I intend to do this on education, I intend to do this. I'm saying government has made provision for 500 billion naira, which means if the oil price has not fallen beyond $38 per barrel, which we peg our budget, that budget will be realistic. But it is in a situation, today is 41, but in a situation whereby the oil price moved from what it is today to 20-something thousand naira, the budget may no longer be realistic. We are talking of budget. We are talking of planning and economic planning. We are not talking of because government said it has made budget of so trillion naira and you find that the money is there. It is when we put all our resources together. We collect some of our money from this corrupt politician. It is when we mop up the TSA. It is when we are able to find good fiscal policy. Are you getting it? That we can get some of this money in our hands.
But wait. Talking about social security,
yeah.
There will be a day. Would there be a day when
you see, you cannot talk of social security in a country that has already, that most of its youth has determined willingly to follow Boko Haram? What led us to the issue of the Boko Haram? It's not the issue of our youth who are not.
Are the youths going to wait for a long time before they get this money paid?
That's why the government says is investing seriously in infrastructural development. And mind you, the president even said in Qatar that he's going to diversify. You cannot diversify without you having a framework, without you having an enabling environment. It is not something you do in a day. You see, that is why it is good for you to plan very well. The president was voted by Nigerian youth based on his integrity, based on his past record, based on his impeccable character.
Thank you very much. It's making more sense there. But Victor, how do we pay these youths when we don't even have a database?
You see, I will answer that, but I want to say this to the audience here and to the audience at home. I want to use his last word. He said this government was voted based on integrity. That word alone. A man of integrity is a man of his word, whether it favors you or not. A person of integrity never goes back on his word.
But a person of integrity,
let me land.
Priority also.
Please. A person of integrity would rather go to bed hungry. If he has made a promise to you, he will keep it. Only later will you find out that the money he wanted to give, he didn't have it. He went to bed hungry that night, but because he was a man of his word, he kept his word. That is integrity.
Victor, I know you are a man. I know you are a man of integrity also.
Please.
Have you fulfilled all you've said in your life?
Please.
It's a big question.
I have not claimed to be a Buhari. I have not claimed. No, please. I have never claimed to be Buhari. Buhari came here wearing the toga of sainthood, the emperor that can do no wrong. Everybody says Buhari cannot do any wrong. That's what we all look. That's what they say about him. You hear that every day in the media. When public affairs analysts come up, defenders, supporters, they say because of Buhari cannot do. He's a man of integrity. What is integrity if you cannot keep a simple promise to a poor person, a hungry person? Now, I want to say something. You said they have taken Nigerians for a ride for too long. I like that. Somebody once said, I've been a one-chance bus, we don't enter. Now I understand what they meant. They have been taking Nigerians for a ride for so long. This time around, APC also took us for a ride. Yes. And I want to prove something to you here. Now, when you read your opening, when you were talking about it, there was something I kept hearing. The president would say, I wrote it down. I have
priorities.
I have a slightly different priority. I would, and I'm wondering, he is alone. Where is the party? There's a disconnect. Don't you see? He has his own plans. The party is busy making bogus promises that they know they will not keep. But they know that these poor people, if you promise them 5,000, they would agree to vote for you. And they voted. They trusted the people. Maybe, just maybe, Buhari is a man of integrity. Maybe. Let's assume for once. But what about the people around him? Is he surrounded by criminals who make promises and they will not keep it?
But
is that what is happening?
Victor,
I'm wondering.
Can I put this to you? You said, while you were saying, you said Buhari is seen to be a man that can do no wrong.
Well,
what about a man that discovered what he said then is not right, is wrong, and he wants to rewrite the wrong?
Well, he never said that what he said is wrong. He said, I have a slight, this is why I like English language. I, not we. Believe me, any other person would have said the party has, or we have, this is English. Let's analyze it word for word. I have a slightly different priority. What does that mean? They may have their priority, with me, I get my own different. You know what I'm saying?
Well, is Victor right there? It seems like President Muhammadu Buhari is here, the party is here, he says something else, the party says something else.
You see, Victor is not right in that sense. In the sense that, I said one thing earlier on. In this 2016 budget, 500 billion naira for 1 year. When that promise was made, it was made on the premises that our oil price, international oil price, was reasonable. But economic now is dynamics. It's something that keep on changing on daily basis. Yesterday it was 30 something, today is 41 point something dollars. You see, in a situation whereby you find yourself next month at a point where the crude oil sales is 2 point something million naira, whatever promises you must have made to your girlfriends, whatever promises you must have made to your kids, you get what I'm saying? There must be a readjustment. Because that is why we call you a leader. A leader is someone who can see afar, who can make decisions that will pay the country. If this 500 billion naira, you see, we've disbursed so many money in this country. Are you getting it? That the people who really needed this money, it is not the sake of disbursement's sake. It is the sake of who are the real beneficiaries. Is it going to be mutually beneficial for all concerned? That is the issue. The issue is that, the issue that concerns Nigerian youth here today is that, is it that by the time my kid is growing up, University of Lagos, LASU, Nsukka, Ahmadu Bello University will be compared with Harvard of the world. That is the issue of I'm going to further invest in infrastructure. The issue that concerns Nigerian youth here today, is it that this government, before the expiration of their 4 years tenure, I'm going to be gainfully employed, I'm going to be skilled in my own chosen field. That is the issue of the infrastructure. Please, can you tell me, Nigerian youth, any one of these amnesty programs that can come out today and tell you that without paying the amnesty lagis to us, you know, you call it stipend and you call it lagis. And you can know Nigerian youth voted for the president based on his integrity. What is lagis? For how long will lagis take a man like a Nigerian who we want him to compete favorably as a global citizen? How much is 5,000 naira? But if you can give me your trust, which Nigerian youth has given to Muhammadu Buhari, is telling you that your infrastructural development is going to be super, or employment is going to be taken care of, and is telling you that you will have more than 5,000 naira at the end of the day. And I think that is what is called integrity. That is what is called.
Can I put so? You know, most Nigerians or most youths out there who prefer to have 5,000 naira in their pocket than have a job of 18,500 naira minimum wage. At the end of the day, they go to and fro 30-something days a week, and they have spent all the money. They just wait in the house.
Another problem is this: even if the president accepts to realize, dip his hand into this 500 billion naira that has already been earmarked, are you sure that you will be one of the beneficiaries?
Okay, thank you. A round of applause for this gentleman. We need to go on a very short break.
In a simple and concise manner, if this thing is further reinvested, I think my future is secured.
Wonderful.
I think the future of my kids is secure.
Gentlemen,
that is the area we are heading.
Gentlemen, we need to go on a very short break. If you're just joining us, this is the big issue on TVC. And we have been looking at whether the government should pay 5,000 naira stipend to unemployed youths or not. After this short break, we'll return for one-on-one. That's otherwise known as Fire for Fire.
Are you justifying the payment of tax by underage people?
It's not tax, it's educational fees.
So the government in its desperation to generate revenue is taxing underage.
No, parents are saying
in the society now 1,000 naira.
Parents are the ones paying those fees.
Doesn't that amount to multiple taxation? Besides the other taxes that they pay, road taxes?
It's like saying once you pay your taxes, you don't pay your water rates.
Do you need to collect 1,000 naira on honorable commission to provide quality education?
Yes.
It is the big issue. And now it's time for Fire for Fire. Gentlemen, Fire for Fire. Now it's time for you to face each other head on. You argue, you ask questions, but remember, don't throw punches. Oh. You can just punch out the arguments, gentlemen. I'll give it to you first, Victor.
Okay. Thank you very much. We're talking about, fine. If you've made a promise, what if this does not work? What if that does not work? And I have a question for you and to the public here. Is it the poor that should suffer? Why can't the rich also make a sacrifice? Why should the poor always be the ones to make a sacrifice? Why should it be the money of the poor that should be taken away first? Why not the rich sacrifice out of the millions that they are making every day and stashing away? That's a question I would ask.
Enough whys there. Why? Give us answers for that.
You see, Victor, it's like you are getting Nigerian confused. I don't really understand what you make by, is it the poor that should suffer? Is it the poor that are being sent to court on daily basis now? Are they not the big rich in the society that have siphoned some of the money that have been meant, that have been high-marked for arms to fight insurgency?
$2.1 billion.
$2.1 billion. I think my name is not among those people that have been sent to EFCC. And your names are not there. Are they not the big rich in the society? Don't confuse Nigerians. And the issue of the VATs, each time you go to banks now, you find that 50 naira or so is being deducted from your money. It's something that concerns everyone. And when you see all this money, when all this money are being put together, are you getting it? That is where we can have a realistic budget. And you see, this is the time for us to checkmate in this country. Because the past governments have suffered, have put up lies. You know, they told us sometimes back that Nigeria economy happened to be the best economy in the face of Africa. But today, you and I can face the reality that Nigeria economy is not even 10th in Africa today.
Okay.
You see, in the next 4 years, this government is poised to put the best in the face of Nigeria.
A round of applause for this gentleman, please. And now it's your turn. No, Victor, it's your turn to answer his question now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Victor, can you put a question onto him?
Victor.
Yes.
Are you trying to tell me here that the past government for the past 16 years are not responsible for the mismanagement of the economy? Do you want to tell me that $2.1 billion that we are chasing all about, it was not the handwork of the past government? Do you want to tell me that the light rate project was duly done? Do you want to tell me that the NEMASA guy, the DG of NEMASA, was not part of the people that siphoned this money of close to $1 billion Do you want to tell me that this is the time Nigeria needs money, and this is the time Nigeria is really serious, want to invest its money in infrastructure?
And relating that to the 5,000 naira, is that the reason why APC cannot pay the 5,000 naira?
The reason is that there's not. Do you want to tell me that this past government was not the one that depleted our foreign?
He has given reasons. He has given reasons.
Very good. I agree. Oh. You know what's interesting? The past government comprised of federal government, state government, local government. The past government, over the last 16 years, comprising APC, PDP, Atigbogbo, they stole our money, me and you. They mismanaged our economy, me and you. From our councillors to our local government chairman to the thieves that were in PDP that are now in APC. All of them. I agree. Completely.
I agree. That's the reason why they cannot pay the 5,000.
I do not agree that that's the reason they cannot pay 5,000. How much is it? How much is 5,000?
It's 500 billion naira.
How much?
For 500,000 people.
No, wait, just a minute.
For 500,000, it's 500 billion naira.
It's okay. Tafa, I can say this because he has gone to jail. He has gone to court already and come back. Tafa Balogun alone stole 17 billion, one human being.
Under PDP government.
Wait. I agree. But he was not. He was tried. Is that not so? Did he go scot-free? He did not. Did he go scot-free? Exactly. So they dealt with him. Is that not so? Now, the point I'm making is this. It is easy to say your 5,000 naira we will not pay. But the allowances they take home every day. Oh, I feel sorry for them.
You mean everybody now? The legislative and the executive.
Exactly. Both at the state level, at the federal level, at the local government level where they share the gala, share the... So all we are saying is, please, all we are saying, give us our 5,000.
A round of applause for Victor. For Victor. Thank you very much. Boy, another question for Mr. Saheed.
Mr. Saheed, in all honesty, don't you think that there are people here, some may not even have that 5,000 to pay for WAEC. I don't know how much WAEC is now or whatever. Some people's school fees may not be up to 5,000. Don't you think that 5,000, because you have been denying that fact since, you are probably a very rich man. So 5,000 is probably nothing to you.
I've been thinking about what school will 5,000 naira pay. I've been thinking really.
I will answer you. I will answer you. I will answer you. I will answer you. I'm not talking about LASU. I'm not talking about LASU or Unilag PLC. But University of Benin, tuition for 1 year is 12,000 naira.
University of
Benin. Tuition, federal government university. 1 year, 12,000. How do I know? My daughter is there. I paid.
Okay. But that's 12,000, you said.
No, 12,000. 5,000 naira every month. Is that not what they promised? Is that not what they promised? 5,000 can make a world of difference. You don't know because you have so much money, sir. You don't know. You don't know what 5,000 can do to people.
Victor.
It can change lives.
Victor.
It can pay rent.
Victor, 5,000 naira in Nigeria cannot change lives.
5,000.
He said University of Benin. If you get 5,000 every month, you pay your school fees within 3 months.
We have students here. It's a fallacy.
Is it a fallacy?
It's a fallacy.
If I give you 5,000,
it's a fallacy. Let me be frank with you. 5,000. Okay, let me tell you something. Victor is telling you that 5,000 naira is the tuition fee from here to Benin. How much is a deck bed from Ojota to Benin? No, let me be frank with you.
Wait.
How much is a deck bed from Ojota to Benin?
2,500.
Let me be frank with you. 5,000 naira will not take Nigerian youth out of the poverty.
Can I ask them? Can 5,000 naira take you guys out of poverty?
You see, Nigerian youth has come out of age. Nigerian youth are one of the most intelligent young in the world.
Can I rephrase this? But it can do something, right? It can do something. It will get somewhere.
But you see, majority of Nigerian youth voted.
Yes, Femi Said is still talking, please.
You see, it is not good. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Even if you go back to the Bible,
yes,
you will find out that there's a phrase that you better teach a man how to fish.
It's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible.
It is not.
It's not in the Bible. Don't misquote. There's nothing like that in the Bible.
Please.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
Okay. It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
It's not in the Bible.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
By the time that 500 billion naira that has already been made provision for it,
that we may never see.
Let me tell you something. We'll see. This is not. Let me tell you something. During the Shuapi period, money were marked. People never realize it. The amnesty program, people never realize it. So many projects have gone under the soil in Nigeria.
That's not true.
But this is a government that has character. Because we are probing other past governments. And the coming government will come and probe APC. But we want to live an holistic. The days of corruptions and impunities are over.
Is it?
If you are, I mark 500 billion, according to what Victor is agitating, how can you, I mark 500 billion naira and you call your crony, you share it among them? That is not what we are talking about. We are talking of empowering the Nigerian youth mentally, socially, and in a situation whereby we take among
2.5 billion dollars,
500 billion naira will take Nigeria out of poverty if judiciously utilized.
They said they have provided. We are not fools. They have made provision already. They have made provision already. If they want to be sincere, let them put that money somewhere so that we know we can watch it. You know what I mean? We will see that money. Anybody who eats it, anybody who chop that money, they go there accountable. Put it there. Have a man of integrity manage that money.
But Victor, you've been around the world. You've been to places. You've been to UK. You've been to America. The system there provides for the vulnerable people, provides for the unemployed. You go there, you collect your money. In England, it's called a dole. But now, in a country whereby you don't even have something coming in, how do you keep up to that?
I don't know what you mean by you don't have anything coming in. I don't.
Okay, you don't have much coming in.
Who told you much?
The oil is going down.
You know how many?
The oil price is going down.
Okay, you need to go to other countries to know that Nigerians are like kings.
Nigerians?
Yes. And to tell you the truth,
even the unemployed youth are like kings.
Let me tell you something. You are more comfortable here than your Nigerian that is living in the UK.
That's why I'm here today.
Very good.
Victor, let me cut you short there.
Don't cut me short. Let me finish.
You see why?
Don't cut me short.
Why system is working over there in UK and US is because simply they have good statistical data.
It is not true.
You see, they have good
social security.
You see, by the time you say you want to pay social security to people in UK, you already know the number of people that you want to pay.
Oh, you didn't know you were making promises. You didn't know you were making promises.
You see,
you were making promises.
You are not going to allow.
You were making promises. You didn't know.
You already have the data.
You did not know. You were making promises.
But in Nigeria, in a situation whereby the people who are really entitled for the amnesty like this were not even the people that are collecting it.
You keep talking about
my own responsible government to follow the same suit that the government followed and they failed.
But the APC overlooked this circumstance before they said what they said.
Let me be frank with you. Now, through application, the government has been able to say 5,000 so number of teachers are going to be employed. And the government has clearly outlined that some of these teachers, when they are in training, they will give them money. They'll give them 5,000 naira out of this money.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
By the time this government spent 1 year like that, people are already been skilled. People are already professional teachers, and they can take up their position and tell you that 5,000 naira that was paid to me while I was in training has been able to take me to somewhere. That is the kind of vision we have for Nigerian youth. We don't have a vision whereby Nigerian youth on the streets, people like Victor, you see, people like Victor want let's be frank with ourselves. These people like Victor want a problem for the government, and we are not going to create more problem than what we inherited on ground. The problem is this. By the time you have a complete national ID, you have the statistics, you have the data bank of everyone that's entitled to this fund. Are you getting it? You have a way to marshal this fund in a way that it will be holistic.
Let me take
a country whereby 23,000 ghost workers has been discovered on the government payroll. And you are telling me that you want to give 5,000 naira and you are not taking it out.
Victor, he said you're looking for trouble. That's for the government.
You know, The truth is, he has created a trouble. That's what we're looking for. We were sitting our own. Yeah, guys, sit down, JJ. They're going to make promise. Now, we have showed up. What have you promised us? They say we are looking for trouble. Is it fair?
But Laulu, but you heard the spokesman for the vice president, Laulu Akonde.
He said
they will fulfill it. They will give the vulnerable people and the poor in the society.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Forget the youth. Let's assume the youth are not vulnerable. No, let's assume. They don't care about you now. That's why they try to qualify it further. To say, no, we didn't say unemployed youth. The president, as much as can I pay money to idle youth? He said it. We all read it. Now, let's agree it's for the vulnerable. Will 5,000 naira not make a difference in the life of the vulnerable and most poor in society?
Can I ask this question also? There's a Yoruba proverb. When I put it into English, it said, if you said your father's masquerade wants to dance, at the end of the day, you say your father's masquerade is not dancing again. Who is going to hold your father or even you? The government said we cannot pay. We cannot pay.
You asked me a question.
That Yoruba is not even in consonant with it.
Okay, with this one.
Let me be frank with you. It is what Nigeria voted for was a future, the better Nigeria. I'm telling you, Nigeria voted for a prosperous Nigeria. Nigeria youth voted for better Nigeria. They voted for better Nigeria. And they trusted, they gave the mantle of leadership to somebody.
And they failed us.
If the Buhari is just 9 months in office, you cannot say the government has failed Nigeria.
9 months, they cannot keep
No.
Will they keep a promise in 4 years?
You see, that is, I quite completely agree with you, Victor.
Okay, a round of applause for this gentleman. Because we need to go on a very short break. When we come back, we engage the audience in the studio. Isn't it? All right, then. We'll be back soon. Oh, welcome back. It's still the big issue. And now it's your turn. Let me go to you first, madam.
Waiting at the top, you say, my name is MC Extra Large. Me, I talk as you get go. As for where they come from, truth they hard and they pain. My brother, you be politician. If you like, talk from now till tomorrow. Promise, na promise. If you promise, what do we vote to? Now you talk and now say na integrity. Now we vote for me, if I vote for him because of that same integrity. He come
not because of the 5,000.
Not for 5,000. He come come talk something. Say he go give him. And now you can't change him. My brother, what you go call him? You yourself. What do you go call him? What do you go tell? Not be lie, you go call him. Say the truth.
Okay.
Now lie, you go call him. But what I'm saying is that we are not, everybody knows, say that 5,000 no they go anywhere. Now propaganda, they take and scratch mat, make them carry vote. But me no say na corruption. If they fight corruption, himself na corrupted man. Because when I lie to get your tie, and later tell you, say, don't wait, I go bring another one, no bring him. I'll be corrupt person. But when I say, I beg, send the message to him. Tell us, say, next time, and a person with integrity person. No, they talk anyhow.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Make it talk anyhow. Make it change him. We are Buhari's children. Even though he has promised us, there's a way what they call decorum. There's a way you talk. If you promise me and I know you can't pay, there's a way you cuddle me.
With style.
With style. Now we make a land them. He can't go disgrace us. Go talk him.
You voted for a highly operationalistic manager to manage the affairs of the country, to manage the affairs of Nigeria. Then within the next 2 years, by the time you see the multiplier effect of that 500 billion naira already I marked in different infrastructure like education, like mining, and employment rate will be higher. Then you will now know who is deceiving Nigeria.
Wonderful. Oh, next question, please.
Mr. Victor, how in your statements could put Nigeria in a Bermuda Triangle? You understand what the Bermuda Triangle is? Now, the Bermuda Triangle is part of the aquatic, where anything that flies on it will collapse.
And get lost.
Now, do you understand finance at all? The word finance is economics of money management. And a right leader must think outside the box. The APC leaders think within the box as of the time of the propaganda. But a rightful leader would think what? Outside the box. Now, look at the enormity of the 5,000 naira given to unemployed youth. We have almost above 25 million unemployed youth in Nigeria. Multiply that by 5,000 naira by 12 months. That is giving you more than 1.5 trillion naira in a year. And with economy faced with this type of challenges, a depression in the economy, how do you want the government to now take from what they don't have and give to the poor?
Wonderful. That's a big one. Thank you.
Let me answer. Can I answer that quickly? Can I answer that quickly? Very quickly.
Please. Yes,
in
please.
A statement. Women in this house, a guy comes to you, proposes marriage, promises you heaven on earth, and you agree, and you come in, and the guy says, oh, I made a mistake. Actually, it's not that the money was there, but you know, blah, 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 blah. How would you consider, how would you look at such a man? Is a lie, Abi? I won't say more. Continue.
The next question, please. He said you should not waste your time. Oh, yeah, a question from you, please.
Now, my name is Rodia Absalam. I have a question for Mr. Femi, and I also have a question for Mr. Victor. Now, the question goes like this. Now, the 5,000 have been promised to the youths. It will go a long way. That money is going to go a long way. It will reduce crime rates.
Yes.
It will reduce poverty. It's also, sometimes, people spend more than they save. Now, some people can even use that money for a petty trade. Now, if Islamic, I know you're a Muslim. Promise is a debt. When you promise, you fulfill that promise. Even when you promise your child that you want to give that child something, if you're not able to fulfill that promise, there's a way you are going to give that child a reason, a concrete reason, the reason why you are not able to fulfill that promise. Now, it's possible that they might not be able, they might divert that money to another thing. But I believe that they can at least pay for some months. Let's see, because they have promised. If they're not able to continue that money, they should not tell us that this is the reason why they're not able to give that money.
Thank you very much. On sustainability.
And promise is a debt also.
Promise is a debt. Go and read the president's statement very well. He has not said outright ban of 5,000 naira. What he has said, she said, Buhari is a father. Buhari felt the best thing for me to do to eliminate the poverty level in this country is for me to get this 25 million naira or 25 million unemployed youth, majority out of the unemployment rate. By doing what? By reinvesting.
Okay.
Because he understood clearly the data problem in Nigeria.
Okay.
And similar programs that we've run in this country have met their water lows. No, I'm not arguing with you that it's not a laudable objective. Very, very laudable objective. But do we really have the infrastructures? Do we really have the framework? Do we really have the operational modalities to forestall the sustainability of this thing? I think they are not there.
No. Victor, you said 5,000 times 25 million unemployed youths times 12, that's 12 months a year, is 1.5 trillion naira. How would the government sustain that?
You see, first of all, thank you very much, madam. Brilliant contribution there. Give her a round of applause, please. You're a Muslim. The Quran takes care of the poorest in society with the zakat. It is an injunction. You don't have a choice if you're a rich man. You must make that provision. Is that not so? So it takes care of the poorest of the poor in society. That is a responsibility. If you are the only rich man in your environment, be very careful. Be very, very careful.
Victor,
maybe you don't understand how finances operate all over the world.
For your information,
let me tell you something.
I have postgraduate qualification.
No. It's like you don't know. It's paper qualification you have.
I have paper qualification.
Let me tell you something. The government says it's going to further reinvest 500 billion naira annually into infrastructure. Have you forgotten that it is construction company that will put some of this infrastructure
in the trust fund?
Your brothers, your daddies are going to be the contractors.
Don't tell us,
they will
put
come
it in the
home
trust
smiling
fund.
with contract that so contract has been given to me.
My friend, why is it difficult to put it in the trust fund?
The situation where Victor is talking now,
put it in the
that
trust
put
fund.
5,000 naira in my pocket, with that 5,000 naira translate into the economy. I don't understand what Victor is talking about.
A round of applause for this gentleman, please. The next question, please.
Put it in the trust fund so we can monitor it. We will see the project like we saw
the sustainability question you've not answered.
This road constructed by people.
The sustainability aspect of it.
Come on.
Any administration that is built on lies, I don't think that administration would be successful. Because we cannot be talking of a future that appears to be insecure.
Sustainability is ahead. That's why we voted for them. It's not my business. Before you make a promise, you should know why you promised. Don't enter there and come and begin. I won't think for them. It's not my business.
A round of applause, please. It's definitely the big. And now we need to go on a short break. When we come back, we will be coasting home. Welcome back. It's definitely the big issue. It's been hot in there. Gentlemen, as we coast home now, can I get maybe a soft one now because it's been very, very hot. A soft one for the road. Your conclusion, please.
You see, before I conclude, I want to answer Ajia's question. She hacked sustainability, which Victor said is not right here in the thinking box. The sustainability of the infrastructural reinvestment is what I want to put to Nigeria now. 50,000 teachers are going to be paid 5,000 naira concurrently while they're on training. By the time they get employed, they'll be able to pay their taxes to the government, and government will be able to sustain, and unemployment will be reduced. Another thing is that people are going to be in construction activities while that project is going on. So these people are going to be they are going to impact positively, multiply. They are going to employ labor that will work for them. They will pay taxes. Government will realize money for them. That is the sustainability. Another thing is that skill acquisition at the end of the day is going to be doubled. People who has been skilled on agriculture, technological know-how, teaching, profession, all these people are going to add up to our GDP at the end of the day, and Nigeria is going to be better off.
Thank you. Victor, can we listen to Victor, please? As we round up, Victor.
Permit me, please. It's a serious matter. I want to come close to talk to us as Nigerians. The teachers he's talking about, 500,000 teachers at an average salary of maybe 50,000 every month in a year will cost about almost 350 billion. The total education budget for this year alone is proposed about 325 or 29 billion. Are we not paying university teachers? Is it only those people who are going to pay? Another pack of lies. Now, let me come to answer the issue of Elijah. 500,000. We all heard. 500,000 teachers. We heard. Now for Elijah, on the issue, on the issue of sustainability, the day the rich cut down on their greed, the budget for food alone in Aso Rock over the administrations. They renovated Aso Rock before this administration came. They voted 13 billion again to renovate what was renovated. When we start cutting all those costs and begin from the rich, the poor,
Victor,
we can afford to give them 5,000.
Thank you so much.
Let's keep our promise.
You were a round of applause for these gentlemen. And most especially Victor, he almost took over my job for me. Thank you. You've been a fantastic audience also. And definitely the conversation can't end here. Let's continue the conversation online. Drop a message for us on our Facebook page and talk to us on Twitter. Send SMS or call these numbers on your screen. I would like to hear from you. Gentlemen, Femi Said, Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Victor, thank you very much. And the audience in the studio also, thank you very much. Until we come your way next week, remember, this is your country. You have to cooperate with the government and be a good citizen. I am Dapo Aruwa Joye. Bye for now and God bless Nigeria. Thank you.